The warship Asterion drifted silently in orbit above the scarred planet of Corvell Prime. The battle that had raged on its surface only hours ago still sent tremors across the crust, like the planet itself groaned from the weight of the carnage. The combined fleet of humans and aliens had barely survived the onslaught of the Dominion, a machine empire that devoured civilizations with unfeeling precision. Inside the hangar bay of the Asterion, amidst the broken remnants of fighters and ground armor, a young human engineer named Elias Cade was elbow-deep in repairs. He had grease smeared on his cheek, his jumpsuit burned and patched in several places, but his hands never stopped moving. He wasn't a soldier, wasn't a diplomat, just a mechanic. But in times like these, mechanics held empires together. He was tightening a final bolt when the shadows shifted behind him. Heavy footsteps echoed. Measured, deliberate. Elias turned and froze. The alien queen herself stood there. She was taller than any human woman, her frame wrapped in living armor that shimmered like black crystal. Her crown of spines curled back elegantly, glowing faintly with bioluminescent energy. Her name was Queen Cerathis of the Valari Dominion, though not the mechanical Dominion humans fought against, but her people's proud ancient line. To the humans she was simply the queen. Most of the crew avoided her. Even among her allies, whispers said she was dangerous, merciless, and alien beyond comprehension. Her presence filled the hangar like a thundercloud about to split open. "Human," she said, her voice low but resonant, as if it carried a second vibration beneath audible sound. "They say you can repair anything, even what others dare not touch." Elias swallowed and wiped his hands on a rag. "That's the idea, Your Majesty. Ships, drones, weapons. If it's broken, I can fix it." Her golden eyes narrowed. Then, without another word, she reached to her chest plate. With a hiss, the segmented armor shifted and came loose. She held it out toward him. It was scorched, cracked down the middle, as if a plasma blast had nearly cored her through. Behind the broken plate, Elias glimpsed a faint glow beneath her skin, where pulsing veins of biolight traveled along her chest like circuitry alive with power. "This protected me," Cerathis said. "But it is failing. The Valari forgesmiths are gone. You will repair it." Elias stared at the piece of alien armor in his hands. It wasn't metal, not entirely. It was alive, bonded symbiotically to her body. He could feel faint vibrations running through it, almost like a heartbeat. I'll do my best," he muttered. The queen tilted her head, studying him. "Others fear touching it. Do you not?" He gave a half-smile. "I've been elbow-deep in plasma coils that could vaporize me in a blink. A piece of armor doesn't scare me." For the first time, her lips curved into something like amusement. The repair. Hours passed as Elias set up tools and diagnostics. The armor was unlike anything he had seen. Organic fibers laced with crystalline lattice, responding almost like muscle to his probes. He worked carefully, soldering human tech into alien biology, bridging two worlds with his hands. The queen remained silent at first, watching him with piercing eyes. Her presence weighed on him, yet strangely he felt steadier under it. Finally he spoke without looking up. "You fought today. You saved half the fleet. I saw it." Her voice carried no pride, only fact. "I am queen. To lead is to fight. To bleed first." He chuckled softly. "Most human rulers prefer to sit in towers and give speeches. Then they are not rulers. They are cowards." Silence stretched. Elias carefully lifted a fractured piece, exposing a thin seam where the armor bonded to her skin. He reached for a tool, but she suddenly caught his wrist. Her hand was large, clawed, but surprisingly gentle. "Careful," she whispered, her golden eyes gleaming. "That part's sensitive." Elias froze, his heart skipping. He hadn't expected warmth. Not threat, but a quiet intimacy in her tone. Slowly he nodded. "Understood, Your Majesty." She released him and he resumed the work, more cautious this time. The fibers pulsed under his touch, reacting to him as though recognizing a healer's hand. He wondered if her people ever allowed outsiders this close, or if he was the first human to touch the living armor of a Valari queen. The middle trust forged. The hours bled into night cycle aboard the Asterion. The hangar emptied, leaving only the two of them. Elias worked with determination, and Ceridis occasionally asked questions about human engineering. Her curiosity was sharp, unguarded. "You graft machines into flesh," she said at one point. "Artificial hearts, lungs, eyes. Yet you fear what you become." "Because we lose pieces of ourselves along the way," Elias answered, adjusting a crystal filament. "Humans cling to the idea of being whole, even when broken. Maybe it's foolish." Her gaze lingered on him. "Not foolish. Admirable." Elias laughed lightly. "Never thought I'd hear that from a queen who scares everyone half to death." "Does my presence frighten you?" she asked, direct as a blade. He looked up from his work, meeting her golden stare. "Honestly, no." For the first time her composure cracked. Something flickered in her eyes. Surprise, even vulnerability. "Then you are rare," she murmured. As dawn cycle lightened the hangar, Elias finally sealed the last fracture. The chest plate pulsed with new energy, bonding seamlessly back into place. The glow in her body steadied. "It's done," he said with a tired grin. She flexed, the armor responding like a second skin. Then she looked at him, and for once her regal mask softened. "You restored more than armor tonight, human." Crisis. The Dominion returns. Before Elias could ask what she meant, alarms blared. The Asterion shuddered. Over comms came the chilling report. Dominion warships inbound. Multiple signatures. The crew scrambled. Elias grabbed his tool belt, but Ceridis stood tall, her armor gleaming whole once more. "They come for me," she said. "The Dominion fears the Valari line. If I fall, hope falters." Elias knew what she meant. The Dominion didn't just consume. They erased symbols of resistance. If the Queen died, morale across the Alliance would shatter. "You're not falling today," Elias said firmly. The Queen glanced at him. "You would stand in battle. A mechanic." He tightened his gloves. "I fix things. Doesn't matter if it's machines or people. You need me out there." Something unreadable flickered across her face. Then she nodded once. "Then fight at my side." The battle. The hangar burst into chaos as Dominion drones swarmed. Sleek machines with cutting beams descended, tearing through bulkheads. Crew members fought desperately. Elias wielded a plasma cutter, slicing drones apart with precise strikes. But it was Ceridis who was the storm. With her repaired chest plate glowing, she moved like lightning, claws tearing machines to shreds, armor deflecting beams. She roared in her native tongue, a sound that made the walls quake. At one point, Elias was cornered by 3 drones. A searing beam nearly struck him, but Ceridis leapt in front, her armor deflecting the blast. She crushed the drones in seconds, then glanced at him. "Stay close," she growled.